Leave it up to these guys. Park like straight retards. What does it say? Bunch of BS. No lights, they just park like straight retards. It's a medical call, is it? Gotta be careful. We know what happened last time they showed up to a medical call. Oh, they start going up in the gazebo. Don't let these cops kill him. We know what happened to Jacob Evans. What up, Brandon? What up, guys? It's hard to see. But there's a local event downtown. And I was driving by and I was just wondering why there was 3 cops parked like idiots blocking the driveway, and then an ambulance showed up. So I'm assuming it's something medical, which they clearly have to be filmed with anything medical because we know what they do. I don't understand how medical can't show up and they don't take control. They leave police in control to make these decisions. The music is so goddamn loud. But this is the Marina. Oh, another one. 4? What do they need 4 for? They need 4 to get 1 medical opinion. Somebody's down in it. They're sitting up, so they gotta be, they're alive. I don't want to go get in their business. We gotta make sure they're safe. We know the EMTs won't do it. We know the cops won't do it. This was the little guy that was in there first. And I got my camera, my other camera fixed. And as we see, they just park like straight retards. Cop ain't got no lights on. None of them do. Well, that one does. Let's hold up the whole parking lot. Let's block everybody in. It's not like they got here and they jumped out of their car either. They didn't. So it's not an emergency, like they didn't have time to park. They're just that lazy. All these people that nobody can leave now. Why is it parked in there? There's a bunch of kids right there. I'm not trying to really... Is that ambulance coming here? I don't know if you guys can hear it over this obnoxious music. I was gonna say, did they really just speed here for that when there's already an ambulance here? Fine, what up, AK, Mike, or me? Mika, whatever that is. Andrew, what up? It's hard to hear. That music is so goddamn loud. But we all know Evan, Jacob Evans, when the cops showed up for a medical call. That we do. You know they got a goddamn stretcher in that ambulance, right? Why don't they get him a stretcher? September Gal, are you slow? What am I doing to them? I'm not even doing anything to them, you genius. Oh, leave those people alone. You're already leaving alone. Make sure you leave them alone even more. September 15th. Why am I filming an ambulance? I mean, it's kind of clear because the cops are here. And the last time well, not the last time, but recently, when these cops decided to go to a medical call, they actually ended someone's life. And then they lied about it. Like I just said. No, I'm not bothering anybody. I'm just sitting here filming, literally. But that gets it ruffles so many feathers, you wouldn't believe it. What up, Waz? Yeah, there's an event going on at the Marina, but nobody can get in or park right now because all these cops just decide to park wherever they want like a bunch of retards. Can't trust the hospital either. I mean, the hospital, they told everybody he died from drugs, right? Jacob Evans. But they didn't treat him for hours for drugs. The only time they treated him for drugs was after they gave him fentanyl. Now, what would that tell you? You know, and some people just don't get it, Andrew. You can't teach certain people. I don't know what the call was. I didn't even hear it. I just drove by and saw him. I know, we were doing good for a second there, Swine. Yeah, Bryce, that sounds all good, but when the dude can barely walk and he's having trouble getting down the stairs, they can bring the goddamn stretcher to him. I don't care what their little BS policy is. You can barely walk, but we'll make you walk 30 yards to the ambulance when we could bring it. We could bring the stretcher to you. We just don't want to. Nobody said you had to get the stretchers up the stairs, but to the stairs, it was a, what, 5-10 foot walk. Started struggling when he got to the stairs. Bunch of medical professionals we have here. Dude, I'd never seen a Fanta sweater like that in a long time. That's what his sweater is, Fanta. That little guy looks like he's the only one that would be able to chase anybody down here. That dude getting in the car now, he's not chasing nobody. This guy, he might get 50 yards, but that's all I'm giving him. It's medical call. They had somebody in the gazebo up here that was down. I don't even know exactly what it was, but that's what I've gathered since I've been here. But I don't understand why they needed 4 cops. The other one just pulled out and pulled on the road. Like, what sense does that make? Well, at least he opened up the parking lot, I guess. That does make a little sense. But I don't understand why he needs to be here. It's over. I don't get why we have 4 cops here hanging out. Remember, anybody that drives them all black vehicles is definitely a criminal. Anybody driving a blacked out vehicle hiding is not there to help anybody. They're there to steal as much as they can. Jacob Evans. No, I didn't see anybody being aggressive. It's just Norwich Police think that they're qualified to be making medical decisions, like they did in Jacob Evans' case. The police were the only one that saw him, and the police told the EMTs that he didn't need medical. They didn't need to call paramedics when they did. They also told everybody his face was all messed up when they got there, when it wasn't. The body camera footage is out. I put it out. His face was perfectly fine, but when the EMTs got back there, his nose was broken, and his mouth was clogged with dirt. When his mouth wasn't clogged with dirt when they arrived, and the restaurant owner who called the ambulance 3 times stated that he called for an ambulance. He did not call for police. He told every one of them that showed up, I called for an ambulance. And you know what they said? Oh, we got it. When they clearly didn't. Javier Santiago, Matthew Pagan, Richard Canada. Those are the ones. None of them are here. Actually, I haven't seen any of them since it happened. I've been looking. Holy crap, we got 375 now. But, I mean, They should not be going to medical calls. Then they turned around and told everybody that they got a call for a suspicious person, and that's why they were over there. Except the call for the suspicious person doesn't exist. It wasn't in the IG's report. They won't fulfill it in any FOIAs. It does not exist. They made it up to make it look like the cops needed to be over there. They had a reason to be over there. That's why they responded. No, dispatch, I mean, this part is my opinion, but I believe dispatch, the guy said the situation was scary. So I think that they sent the police thinking that he was scared. What do they even give you ketamine for? Like a fire department. I know that like they use ketamine now in like mental health treatments, like certain stuff like that, but I don't know why fire department would show up and give you ketamine. Like, I don't. Is it? I didn't know they gave it out like that though. Sounds like what they did to Jacob Evans. Look at Melissa Stedman from Texas. She broke her leg in a motorcycle accident, and they told her, and she told them she did not want to be medicated. She didn't want it, and they still gave it to her, and they OD'd her in the hospital. It happens all the time. All these professionals, they're not real professionals. I don't want to walk in there because there's just a ton of kids and stuff, but I want to keep an eye on them. I don't even know where they went. It'd be nice if they moved their cars before they went strolling. There they are. They're up over here. Norwich, Connecticut. They just went to a medical call. See, there they are. I wonder if we can go around. But it was a medical call. What up, non-negotiable? Bryce. Cleveland. I don't know what that, alright, what up? Rando, Brian, Brandon. I don't know what it's for. It's a little food I don't know. I thought it was like a food truck festival, but it's not. It's a, they might be coming back here to smoke weed or do something that they're not supposed to be doing. I find it suspicious. Very suspicious. Suspicious. But they're back here. Just leave their cars parked in the middle of the parking lot. They're just gonna hang out here for the rest of the day now. This is Norwich, Connecticut, BMX. Alicia. Oh, he just noticed us. Man, I don't got no reason to be friendly with them. Every time I'm talk to them, they end up beating me up, stealing my stuff, writing false reports. I'm all set with that. I got no. I'm over trying to be friends with them, or do anything for the Norwich Police Department. Because you know what the Norwich Police Department does for me? Absolutely nothing. They give me BS tickets. You know what I mean? They steal my property. They break my property. They lie in reports. They come to court and lie. I got no reason to be friendly with them. I'm here because we know what they do when they show up on medical calls. I'm just a third party, just filming. I literally tried to be friends with, not friends, but friendly with some of them, Perry, but it just doesn't work, because you know what happens is every time they turn around and do something to you, they never do the right thing. Not one of them. Not one of them. You can call the department and ask them. I mean, I don't know. A lot of people say what they would do, but yet we don't see any videos from them. I know what I'm doing. No, this is Connecticut. I didn't know that. No, yeah, and you're not wrong, Brian. That's absolutely how we're looked at. I mean, look at what they just did with Jacob Evans. They literally told everybody he died from drug use. That's why nobody cares, because nobody knows what actually happened. No, he was face down in the dirt for 30 minutes. He ingested dirt and leaves into his lungs. He was already hypothermic and in acute kidney failure. He was probably delusional. They said they found drugs in his system, but there was trace amounts. That's what his family said. There was trace amounts, and he didn't even do fentanyl. The fentanyl was in his system because of the hospital. They gave it to him multiple times. And like I said, the only time they treated him for a drug overdose was after one of the times they gave him fentanyl. You don't die 2 weeks later from drugs. You know what I mean? It's not. And everything that they said, just his body temperature and this and that, it could have been from cocaine use, but it's very rare. But you know what else causes those issues? Hypothermia, acute kidney failure, which are a lot more likely. No, I would think so. I wonder what this guy's doing playing on his phone. So I don't know. How do you trust people that lie all the time? They lie in reports, and I'm gonna say I was fooled for a long time. I honestly believed, and I've been through the system, but I honestly believed if you made a mistake, or not us, but if the police made a mistake, that court would fix it. No, I'm talking about Jacob Evans. I put the body camera out like a week or two ago. It's on my page. But I honestly believe that court would do the right thing if the cops messed up. But I mean, from doing this and now being arrested multiple times for doing nothing but filming or talking, I've realized that court, and it's not just my experience, you see it every time you go to court. Court doesn't do the right thing. They do nothing but back these criminal cops as much as they can. Look at Norwich. They gave me a jaywalking ticket when I wasn't jaywalking. Then they changed it to not using a crosswalk when you don't have to use the crosswalk. And I went to court for it, and the judge found me guilty. He never even gave me a chance to give a defense. How is that due process? You know what I mean? Like, the only thing I was allowed to do was ask the officer questions. I was never allowed to give him a defense. They never actually said why I was guilty. They just said that I was guilty. And that was it. The only time you have to use a crosswalk in Connecticut is if you're between two adjacent intersections with a crosswalk. I wasn't between it. It wasn't a real intersection. An intersection in Connecticut is where two roads cross. And where I wasn't two roads. It was a driveway. So it's not an intersection. And I also wasn't next to adjacent crosswalks. But, we got Joe Cool in here? What up, Joe Cool? But you know what? And I found this out after. The prosecutor that I had is the same prosecutor that I got a parking ticket. A year before? That was the same prosecutor that when I called the court to find out why the court employee assaulted me and why it went to the same court. I mean, I figured that'd be a conflict of interest, right? If it went to the same court that he worked for. Well, that's what the Connecticut State Police did. I don't know if it was their choice or the court's choice, but it went there and the judge refused to prosecute. So when I called to find out, I got that trash prosecutor who wouldn't give me any information at all and started whining about how I got him a parking ticket and how did I know he was parked illegally, which it was pretty simple because he's not a cop and he was parked in police parking only. But these court employees are so goddamn dumb. It's not even that they're dumb. It's just that they know they're not going to get in any trouble. So they just do whatever they want. Just like court now. New Britain. They arrested me for standing there filming. My lawyer blew the suppression hearing. He didn't submit any of the evidence. When we got to court and we called in one of the cops and one of the victims, their whole story changed. Their whole story was not what their statement was. And yet my lawyer didn't call it out. Nobody said anything about it. They allowed the cop and the quote-unquote victim to lie on the stand. And it wasn't hearsay. It's not my word versus theirs. It's literally on my camera. It's on their camera. It's a proven fact. What up, Joe Cool? Appreciate you, bro. And I don't know. To me, it's super important that we record anything out here with these fools going to medical calls after what they did to Jacob Evans. And it hurts my heart that we can't get more coverage on that story, dude. Like, because his family, he deserves it. He absolutely deserves more coverage. The people deserve to know what these cops did. Why were these guys, the Norwich Police Department and the IG, in touch with the medical examiner before the medical examiner even wrote the report? When Jacob Evans' mother went to get the report from the IG's office, or from the medical examiner's office, the lady that gave him the report said, "I wrote this up, but I would not have wrote it this way. I was forced to write it this way." The hospital even told her he didn't die from drugs. People that were there at the hospital said it was not drugs. He did not die from drugs. Rami, you're not wrong. I don't understand why people don't do it more. Well, it's definitely, dude, it's a conspiracy when they didn't even put any facts in their report. Their whole report is theories. They said the cops didn't go there to do anything but help him. Yet they searched him, they hit him, they cuffed him, and they left him face down. Why? He didn't do anything until the cop went to grab him and he swung his foot. That's all he did the whole time. There was no crime ever committed. There was no reason for them to ever be there. And that's why I'm still waiting on this suspicious person call, because they put it in the IG report to everybody and told everybody that there was a call. That's why they were there. No, there was no call. It does not exist. Nobody, and they know that. The IG knows there's no phone call. He knows there was no report. Why is it in his report? And honestly, I don't know. Some people say I'm crazy, but I think we need sheriffs back in Connecticut. I don't understand how we're the only state in the continental United States that don't have sheriffs. Can anybody fill me in? And BMAC, you're not wrong about that. What up, Kai? I'm talking about Norwich cops, how they, well, it's pretty much all cops, but specifically here, the Norwich Police Department, and how they go to medical calls like they did to Jacob Evans, and they're the ones in the control of the scene. They're the only ones that saw him, and they're telling medical he's fine. He doesn't need any medical treatment when he's clearly not fine. It ended up costing him his life. They told everybody his face was all battered and this and that when they arrived. I have pictures of his face when they arrived from their body cameras. And guess what? His face is perfectly fine. You know what, though? When the EMTs get back there, his face isn't fine. His nose is broken. His mouth is full of dirt. Like, yeah, we have state police, but they're just as useless, because you know what? The state police have jurisdiction, obviously, over all these towns. But if you call the state police, right, if you're in a town, like here in Norwich, if I called the state police right now, they will refuse to come out here because there's Norwich cops. Even if the Norwich cops are wrong, violating your rights, abusing you, they're not going to come. It blows my mind. They steal all his money from us, and then they turn around and refuse to do their job. Like, look at the court right there. Where is it? Right on the other side of that building. That's the court. Dude, they seized my phone at that court for 3 weeks. The state police came and took false statements, did no investigation at all, and seized my phone. Norwich Police Department. Or Norwich, Connecticut. Not the police department. But they literally stole my phone for 3 weeks because the court marshal said that I walked in and I was trying to record, which is 100% false. The marshal that gave the statement wasn't even there. How is there a marshal that wasn't even there, the one giving the statement, the affidavit? Like, It doesn't make any sense. The court, and honestly, marshals, in my opinion, are worse than anybody else because they're completely unchecked. I mean, look at what they did to this dude, Slayer, in New Britain court. They arrested him. They completely fabricated everything. It was proven that they fabricated everything because somebody gave us an audio recording of the incident, and he wasn't swearing. He wasn't causing a scene. They were already in possession of his phone. So they literally arrested him because I said, if you need to make a phone call, you can make a phone call from my phone. I had 2 phones that day. You know what they did? They called for backup. They arrested him, and they kicked me out of court, made me miss court. How many times have I been arrested? For this or in my whole life? For this? 1, 2, like 4 or 5 times. And it's literally all blatant rights violations. It's not even like, oh, I'll admit if I did something wrong. You know what I mean? I'm not perfect, but I don't see how they just keep arresting me for filming them or protesting. They literally, the last one I told the worst cop in Willimantic, Connecticut, Officer Giller, to scan my girl's license plate because 3 weeks before, he pulled into a parking lot when he saw that I was meeting her. She pulled into a parking lot to meet me. He zoomed in. I don't even know where he was because I didn't see him anywhere before that. But he zoomed in, skidded out behind her, scanned her plate, and then he's such a retard that he had to go turn around and come back by me. So when he came back by me, I recorded it, and I slammed him. I let him know how I felt. And then 3 weeks later, they shut down all of our public parks in Willimantic, Connecticut, and they claimed that there was going to be a street takeover, even though there was not going to be any street takeover. There was a memorial ride coming through Willimantic, and they criminalized it, and they had nothing more, they said, than a Facebook post, because I asked for everything they had on that. And of course, they didn't provide me anything, but they said it was a Facebook post. So they paid every officer overtime to sit in our public parks, to kick us out of our public parks, and to sit there and eat pizza. Willimantic is, I would say Willimantic is way worse than Norwich. I would say Willimantic's worse than most police departments. They're very small. They get away with whatever they want. It's a very poor, it's all addicts, immigrants, and poor people out there. That's all it is. So they take advantage of them to a T. But get a job, problem solved. That's kind of a stupid thing to say. Yeah, I mean, Howard, I think that's what most people think. Cops' main job is to protect people's rights, not feelings. Cops' main job is to extort us for as much as they can. They don't even know the laws. They don't know our rights. How are they enforcing anything? They don't know what they're talking about. Like, yeah, I mean, I'd like to agree with you, but you know what? I've never seen any of these good cops stand up and do the right thing. Not one of them. Honestly, they should be taught the Constitution, but, oh, what up? Thank you, Tamer. But, you know what? And this is just my opinion. I'm not a genius, and I don't know everything, but in my opinion, we need to dissolve these criminal unions, because the unions are the ones that keep these retarded criminal cops their jobs over and over and over. Look at Randy Cox, New Haven, Connecticut. That was the largest police misconduct lawsuit in history. $45 million. They paralyzed him for the rest of his life. That cop just got his job back. So we need to dissolve these criminal unions. We need to get rid of these bargaining agreements. You know, the ones that we can't even get. And I think we need to start from there. And a big part of it is hiring fit officers. People say it all the time. They don't hire smart cops. They only hire dumb cops. In Connecticut, New London, which is the next town over, has been sued for refusing to hire cops that did too good on the test. And they claim, it'll be a high turnover rate, and they don't want to pay for that. So they would rather pay for lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit because they hire straight retards, and they don't train them. I don't care who you are. You don't go get 2 or 3 months of training and get a whole career. I've been in my career for years, and I'm still learning. Like, look at Willimantic. Giller again. Dude's been a cop for 3 years. How is he a field training officer? Doesn't make any sense. They know what they look for certain people that'll do their bidding, and that's what it is. Like, I don't know. What career? Banging your mom. What do you mean? If you actually paid attention, you would know. Well, luckily, nobody said this was my career, genius. I mean, I did just work 2 weeks straight, 12-hour days plus every day. What up, John Eagle? Good to see you. You know what I mean? Work more than you, Miss Louise. So I love how people come on, though, and they want to talk crap. And, oh, what career? You could find out. Everything's on my page. You know what I mean? Instead of just coming and whining, actually go get some ammo. Do some research. Because when you just come, what up, generally? When you just come whine and you don't have anything to back it, you look stupid. Good to see you, John Eagle. How is everything? Nobody will do research. These fools just want to come and whine. They want to come and support the stuff that they hate. Well, what up, Ethan? I'm just checking out what these guys are doing, man. This call ended, what, a minute ago. I don't understand why they're just still back here hanging out. Good for you, generally. I went to Ellis, bud. This chat is going crazy. Good for you, dude. Enjoy it while you can. I just had to change, dude, crane rails. Like 200 feet in the air, over 200 feet of crane rail on one side, and replace all the hardware on the other side. It was literally a 2-week job in New Hampshire, and it was rough. That was a rough one. I know, John, I shared your page not that long ago. I'm trying to get you up there. I want you to hit that mark. I'll share your stuff again after. Oh man, what? No. Don't be reporting people, guys. What are you doing? What up, Harvey? But yeah. And these guys, and it's actually, Norwich cops are actually very, they're actually professionals at hiding in the back of parking lots. It's weird because, I don't know if he's a captain, but Manager Perry from the Norwich Police Department, the day I met him, he was telling me how speeding out here is such a problem and they don't know how to get people to slow down and this and that. And I said, it's quite simple. You have all these officers all the time, which even if a cruiser is empty, if it's sitting in view of the road, people are going to slow down. I don't care what you say. It's a proven fact. So why are these guys sitting in the back of the parking lot doing absolutely nothing? Because they're not doing traffic. It's not even like they're looking for somebody to get. They're literally just hiding, stealing time and money. No, moderators are not chat police. Moderators are there to share links and pretty much help me. What are you guys talking about? I'm trying to read all this. Got reported for what, Brandon, over there? It doesn't make any sense. Do moderators steal from me for their paycheck term? What's that mean? In this day and age, and it's funny because that's their line all the time around me. Oh, in this day and age, in this day and age, in this day and age, this is what they're doing. They're always hanging out, literally doing nothing. I've seen... It's kind of sad at the amount of real crime I've seen, like serious crimes, that have been brought up to these... Willimantic, look at that kid was kidnapped, and the Willimantic Police Department literally did nothing about it for months. The kid fell into a coma over it, and they did nothing for months. When his family was trying to get answers, you know what they did? They lied to them and said, oh, we passed it off to the state police. But when I talked to the state police said, no, that is 100% fake. And then they called them back a week later, and then they finally did something. And to this day, only one of the people have been caught. Biggest Dukas. What's that mean? Yeah, if the cops don't know the law, of course you're going to keep getting arrested, dummy. What do you mean? Listening to Chili, you need to learn your facts. Have I ever said anything about Chili? Have I said I listen to Chili? That I watch Chili? That I support Chili? No. Who said I was out here making a change? I love how people come in here and just put words in my mouth and they make up what I'm doing. Like, did I say I was making a change? No. I said I'm simply out here recording these cops who think that they're medical professionals, that keep going to medical calls, that keep hurting people, ending people's lives. That's what I said. He's just talking to them. He's just hanging out. And it's not like they do this, it's not like it's a one-time thing. Look at the thing at the park last year where they showed up and they jumped that kid from behind, and then they told everybody it was a gang fight, right? Remember that? Because I do. And it wasn't a gang fight. It was two pretty much kids fighting over a girl. That's what it was. And they messed that kid's whole life up because they jumped on him from the back. They didn't announce that they were there. They didn't wait for backup. Two officers ran into a crowd and jumped on the kid's back. So he turned around and put the cop in a chokehold because he didn't know it was a cop. He thought he was getting jumped. Then they beat him. They whooped on him. And then they arrested him and they charged him with all this extra stuff that he shouldn't have had. Because they shouldn't have been there. But oh, why do this? So I could be a retard like you? Come on. Instead of whining in the comments, come show us how it's done, genius. Everybody talks about fraud this, fraud that. The only fraud I see is the ones in the comments crying that don't come out and do anything. Why is bro a legit stalker? Why do all these people, how do all these full-grown adults not know what the words they're using are? You know how many people whine about harassment and they clearly don't know what harassment is? We got this full-grown crybaby crying about a stalker, but he clearly doesn't know what a stalker is. What up, good time? Good to see you, bro. Where'd they go? Down here. But it just blows my mind. What the channel is, we just film public officials in public and share it because all the stories we get from them are false. We always catch them lying, putting out false information. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's technically still stalking, but the difference is the word you use, citizen. I'm not watching citizens. I'm watching our employees. Big difference. You mean a tough guy like you, Dugas? Crying in the comments? Oh, real tough guy. Everybody's saying do this or that. You know what? I literally posted the location. I posted where we are. Come show us. Come do what you would do, because I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm not here to do what you want. The cat is open. I don't know if it still is, but it was on the other one. It was on the one before. But the department said, so this is what the department said. This came from one of the managers there. They said that they could have their cats open. Because it's basically all public record. It's open, but it's off. We'll go look at the other one. But they said that it's public record. Pretty much. They said the only time that they're not supposed to have them open is when there's personal, like, information on there. But if it's just calls and stuff, people don't make sense. What are you talking about lives to lead? Who doesn't have a life? Yeah, see, this one's open. This is the same one that was open before. Just can't make it out. It's just a bunch of names. I think it's the cops that are on shift. They're red and green. I just find it weird. I don't know. They come for a medical call. How much do you think it costs to have a supervisor and another cop and 2 cruisers here for hours? Look at how old their plates are, dude. You think that's supposed to be updated? Like, you think that's illegal? It's probably expired. People don't get it. They just cry. Like, look at the guy that came last week. The dude literally pulled over to make himself look like a straight weirdo. For what? I was harassing the cops from filming across the street. I never said one word to those cops the whole time I was there. Not one word. Not one. But I'm harassing them. And I'm doing this. And I'm doing that. So, that is a completely false statement. 99% of cops are good people. You focus all your attention on the 1%. That's a lie. If that number was real, that would mean what? This department has a bad officer when we know of at least 7 or 8. Look at the 3 that are involved in Jacob Evans' case. I used to say not all cops are bad, but after you come out here and you observe it and you see what happens, you can't feel that way. It literally proves you wrong. And all these people that are in here whining about they're good and this and that, when's the last time they went out and watched anybody? Because we know we know it wasn't any time recently, because if they did, they wouldn't be saying that. We can't prove it. That is an unprovable statement. You are in one place, you're clues to... No. Yeah, I may be here, but you know what? I know tons of people, pretty much in every other state, and you know what? The same thing is going on in every state, everywhere. You're an idiot. You literally are an idiot. You're an idiot too, CJ. CL, whatever. Dude, it doesn't matter if they're friendly. Friendly doesn't mean anything. The location's in there, Dugas. Find it, dummy. Another one. Oh, I'm gonna come whine, but I'm too lazy to do any of the work. I mean, it's a better source than just making up a lie. 99% of people, 99% of cops. I just made that up. I don't know why you keep calling me a tough guy, Dugas. You're the one that's acting like a fraudy tough guy. You sound lazy. Dugas. You sound real lazy. I mean, there's only one spot in Norwich, Connecticut that looks like this. I mean, Connecticut is pretty boring until you get out and you watch how all the crimes these cops commit. Then it changes. But as we know, Dugas isn't out doing that. He's just waiting in the car for him. Let me get that boot. I'll work my way up. Yeah, the same ones that ended Jacob Evans' life a couple months ago. Real friendly, right? I can't believe that somebody's dumb enough to believe that a cop being friendly actually means that they're all around a good person or a good cop. Well, rewind it, Dugas, and find out. You're that lazy. It's not like I haven't said it. That guy really wants to talk to him. He's been there the whole time. He followed him all the way back. What, Aaron? You like little kids? You know what? I actually have a hat for you. Aaron's life don't matter. Dugas, you just better give up. All this whining, you could have went back and found it already. You see meth? Yeah, dude, it's in your pipe. Put that down, Dugas. What do you mean? You guys want to see my new shoes? Oh, it stopped working. And I got limited edition Ace Ventura shoes. The dope. Oh, the church where all the cops hang out? The one they're always at? I know what you're talking about, Tamer. I wonder if this event paid for cops to be here. That's what they do in Willimantic. They claim that they bring their whole crime scene unit and everything, and they claim that the event pays them to be there. Dale, the police can't be about law enforcement because they don't even know the law. How can you enforce something you don't know? People seem to neglect or forget that the town gets a cut of all these tickets. You know what I mean? They make out on how many people get arrested. Quota or not, the town makes out. Oh, you're right. I don't know because Dugas said so. The guy crying that's too slow to go back and find where I am is telling me I don't know the law. Need to stop what? That doesn't even make any sense. Are you slow? Oh, you need to stop standing there with a camera. My feelings don't like it. I need to go change my rag. Oh, my mods are soft because Aaron said so? Oh, no. What? And then when you go up to these guys with real crime, they won't take it. Look at, they haven't arrested Matthew Pagan or Javier Santiago or Richard Canada for murder. You know what I mean? Maybe it wouldn't be murder, it'd be manslaughter probably, but they should be charged. Look at how often cops are charged in Connecticut. Dugas, you should go back and find where I am instead of just continuing to whine on something you don't like. Go be a big boy and talk. Why? I've already done it multiple times. Why would I keep doing it? Because Aaron said so? I'm not arguing with anybody. I'm doing exactly what I want to do. What do I have to, what does me standing here have to do with anybody here and their families? Nothing. Nothing at all. That's just your feelings creating a situation because you're soft. Just like Dugas, just like Aaron. Little crybabies. Oh, let's not forget to add term into that category. Yes, Brian, F their feelings. I'm not here to start trouble. I'm not here to do anything but film these guys. It's not my fault they wanted to go to a medical call again. It's not my fault that they ended somebody's life on a medical call. It's not my fault that they need to be recorded because they constantly lie. They write false reports. You know what I mean? They're not even called police reports in Connecticut anymore. They're literally called police narratives. It's nothing more than their story. But they don't want to go after real crimes because real crimes take time. They're not earning all that money they're getting from tickets. You know what I mean? Why do you think they focus solely on petty crime? They could jump me. Ain't nothing anybody gonna do change what I'm gonna do. I was literally attacked right there. Attacked. And you know what I did? Pushed the dude off and kept filming. I can't control what other people do. Just like I can't control all these ignorant crybabies in the chat. You know what I mean? They're gonna be there. It's not gonna stop what I do. Cops like they rescued Jacob Evans, you know, like they showed up to a medical call and ended his life. I'm all set. I'd rather have a crackhead come help me than the police. He'd be more trustworthy. He'd be more honest. The whole time you've been here, dummy. Uh-oh. Term telling people they need to get a job. Term, it sounds like you need a job if you're online watching something you claim to not like. Thank you, Clay. Yeah, lunatic. I just worked for 2 weeks straight. What do you mean? I got a day off. I can stand around and do what I want. That's the nice thing about making good money. I get time off. I can go do what I want. Term swallowed the whole goddamn boot. He's constipated because he can't get the boot out. Oh boy. 2 weeks. No, 2 weeks straight, dummy. What do you mean 2 weeks? Like I worked 2 weeks and I just stopped? You're a retard. Of course they are. They're just hanging out. Hanging out, talking all day. Because it's what they do. Oh, I believe it, just like Dugas. These are either off-duty cops or just dudes that blow these guys off duty. It's one or the other. Well, like these two, I don't personally know these two. That's why I haven't said anything to them. I'm not going to give them any trouble. I don't know them. But I know they work with criminals and that they don't arrest them. Don't talk about your mom like that, Dugas. She tries. Norwich, Connecticut, downtown. Exactly, Rami, none. Dugas, if you call the department and get him. I thought you would have done it by now. Oh. Actually, I'm wrong because we know you're too lazy to do anything. I don't know what it is, but they got it cranking. They love it. A bootlicker in Germany? Is it cold there? It's not cold. It's not warm either, but it's like in between. Sweatpants, leather. You could get away without it, but it's gonna get cold once the sun goes down. They're gonna go. I'm just going to get another Powerade. Dugas, you're an idiot. How many marinas are in Norwich, Connecticut? You didn't even look. You want to come here so bad, but you're so stupid you haven't even looked. You said you're at the marina. You said you're at the only marina in Norwich, Connecticut. Where are you? I can't find it. You didn't tell me the exact address. I'm too dumb to use Google Maps. God damn, you're an idiot. You're going to come just like Felix? Just like all these other clowns that are going to come? I believe that, Michael. You just got an excuse for everything, Dugas, don't you? Dykus, Dugas, whatever your name is. I want to find you, but I can't. I'm not smart enough. Use MapQuest then. Genius. Go write the directions down and get here. I really believe they're just doing they're putting their act on for the community. Oh, we're going to pretend. Look at this idiot. Left his car over there with his lights on the whole goddamn time. You know you're here hanging out, shut your lights off, dummy. I don't know what country's flag that is. I don't even want to guess. If anybody knows, put it out there. Hang out the whole time. Hello, Dugas, you're an idiot. Just because mommy told you that whatever you say is true doesn't actually mean it's true. That only works when you're at home with mommy. How many days out of the week are you a female, Dykus? You're that type of person. I said it, so it's true. I'm a girl. Some of them know, they know what they're doing. They'll play their part. Norwich is alright, but the whole town is trash. The police force is horrible. The mayor is a piece of shit. You can't even go speak at a town meeting without giving your address and your name, which you don't have to do. He violates FOIA every time somebody goes up there to talk. The people of this community voted down, they don't want a new police department twice. And even though they keep getting it shot down, that's all the mayor has been working on. So since he couldn't get it, he went behind the people's back and locked in a deal for a property for a new police department. Even though the people said no twice. They were supposed to bring it to a vote third time. They didn't. I believe that, Howard. Anybody that comes on whining, like I said, all this information is out there. It's not like it's not out there what I do for a living. You know what I mean? People are just too slow to do their homework. But again, we can't really blame them. It goes back to mommy and how they were raised. I fraud it for a living because Dykus said so. Not my actual job that, you know what I mean, I file my W-2s for. Not that. That's not how I make a living. It's comical that people are dumb enough to believe that I make a living off YouTube. YouTube's my living. YouTube is literally nothing when it comes to how I make a living. Nah, Dykus is just, I mean, obviously he supports us. If he's still here and he's still commenting, he's a supporter. He just doesn't want these guys to find out because then they're not going to give him the tip. You're right, Flick. Dukas ain't coming. He's another fraud. Another one of these, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, we don't see him. You can't even take anyone serious. Like, if somebody came on and they actually had, like, a diss, you know what I mean? Oh, they got me good. But when these idiots literally just come on and they mumble the same thing without having any clue what they're talking about, it's not gonna get them anywhere. Oh, you really hurt my feelings with your made-up stuff. Dykus works at Super Burger. He works at Good Burger. Yeah, his mommy didn't give it to him. She was too busy with everybody else. Howard, I'll talk to you. Be easy, bud. If you need anything, message me. Oh, see, now Dykus, I'm probably not in Norwich, right? I'm not at the Norwich Marina, guys. The only Norwich Marina there is. Here, let's see. Oh, that's not Norwich. That's not the garage for the Norwich courthouse, right? The Norwich courthouse isn't right on the other side of that. Right? We're not in Norwich, guys. Look up that garage, Tychus. We know you're not that smart. He probably just hasn't figured out how to work MapQuest yet. Oh, right here. Norwich Harbor. Home of Tychus's mother. Come pound her out for free. This is boring. I'm probably going to bounce from here and go see what else is going on. I just want to see where they went. Oh, they're still there. Exactly, Tamer. Pound Town. Free. Just don't knock her up. Look at what she produces. You don't want another Dykus running around. Happy Memorial Day, Clay. Thank you. What? I'm going to escape from here. We're going to go see what else is going on in town. I can't picture too much is going on because we have a manager hanging out here. We got another guy hanging out here. I mean, there really can't be too much going on. But... Dykus, it doesn't really work when I've been talking about your mom the whole time. Oh, no, he came back with a mom joke to me after I've said 10 things about his mom. That just shows your level of intellect, my guy. You're like a 5-year-old kid. I'm out here, though. I'll be out here all day, dude, Dykus. So come out here. Stop whining. We gave you the address. Where are you? I hope you're not texting and driving, little girl. To everybody else, to the real fans. I mean, I can't even say real fans because Dykus clearly is a real fan. He's been on supporting for however long. He's just got to change that rag. Hopefully he can figure out how to work MapQuest or whatever he uses. He's probably got a paper map. Maybe he'll get down here. I don't know why people act like they're keyboard warriors and somebody's going to be scared of them in real life. Nobody is scared of you, Dykus. Nothing would change if you were here, Dykus. Literally nothing. Because you know what? I'm still going to do what I want. And your pussy ass definitely is not going to stop me. We already know that. If you were that about it, you would have already been in the car on the way. So, you clearly are nothing more than a keyboard pussy. But everybody else, thank you guys. You guys know what it is. We're just out here seeing what these guys are doing. So, we'll go see what else is going on. Maybe they'll be going to another medical call. You know what I mean? Maybe they'll be doctors again. Or maybe we'll get to see them be psychiatrists. You know what I mean? They constantly change what they're doing. So, we'll see. Be on the lookout, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Thank you all.